Yes. Question mark. Question mark. All right. These are any questions you may have left. Let us discuss them briefly now before we go to the next step after your break. And we will do a very interesting experiment after your break. Because after all, this is a laboratory. We have to do some experimenting, don't we? So, any questions?
Hi, Bashar.
And a you good day.
I just want to say that just in the last couple months, information has been coming into my experience, and it's been so amazing and awesome and expansive and joyful, and I'm having such an amazing time, and it's glad to be here.
Thank you.
And as I'm going through all of this, I'm realizing that there's so much in our minds that we assume.
Yes.
And it's overwhelming trying to let it all go. But
it's fun.
It is fun. But I wanted to ask you,
yes.
we as humans are perceivers of our own reality.
Yes.
And we're also...
Well, you think you are.
Okay. And we're also limitless in our ability, or limitless in our ability to perceive and to create.
Yes. Relatively speaking.
I'm having a hard time understanding, the word perceive in and of itself, kind of, there's an interpretation and understanding in that word.
Yes, and that's all right. Those filters, to some degree, are designed for a purpose. Remember, the higher mind conceives, the brain receives, the physical mind perceives. That's its job. It experiences the physical manifestation. It experiences what happens. Doesn't know how it's going to happen, but it experiences what happens and knows what happened. That is perception. That reflection of the physical experience is perception. Now, you don't always even perceive everything that's happening in your physical reality. Again, because of many of the ideas that you carry with you, many of the definitions, many of the beliefs. But that's all right. This is all about forming a harmonious linkage with your higher self so that you can open up your perception and perceive more of the reality that is germane for you to become more of who you are as best as you can be in physical reality, to serve the purpose of the exploration of the theme you chose to explore. So perception is really all about what it is in the moment you are engaged with regard to your perception, how you respond, how you act on that, and how you choose to change yourself based on that experience. That's what perception is all about in the fullest sense. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm wondering how as we continue to grow, we can continue to release all of the assumptions and underlying beliefs so that when we interpret and understand as we perceive, we can do it with less reaction and more creation.
Well, as we have been discussing, the first thing you do, one of the first things you can do, is to neutralize everything. Know that whatever happens, it doesn't have a built-in meaning. The only time you ever react to anything is when you've already supplied an automatic meaning to it. Do you know the word aglet?
No.
I didn't ask you. Do you know the word aglet?
No, I don't.
All right. You don't really have an emotional reaction to it, do you?
No.
You don't really know what to think of it?
No.
All right. But you know the word stupid.
Yes.
You feel yourself reacting to that a little bit.
Correct.
So the idea is that the only reason you react to one word and not the other is because you don't have a definition for the first word. So all reactions come from the fact that you already have a built-in definition. So the first thing to do in any circumstance, in any situation, is remember the circumstance doesn't matter. Nothing has built-in meaning. It's just a neutral prop. Once you have neutralized it with that understanding, then you get to decide what meaning it has. You can assign the meaning you prefer. And when you do that, you will expand your growth potential and you will be able to perceive more broadly. Okay. You follow?
I do. I'm wondering how you can take that a step further and think of gravity or something like physical properties that we're so convinced have a reality when I know that they only have a reality because I'm giving them a reality. How do I go beyond that?
Well, all right. Again, the thing to understand is that certain general consensus reality ideas such as gravity are unlikely to be, shall we say, overcome by you unless there is truly a driving need and purpose in your theme exploration that they ought to be. Because again, the idea is that for most of you, for the vast majority of you, all the kinds of themes you actually did choose to explore on Earth need to be explored with your feet on the ground without having to worry about floating off into space. So you abide by the general theme of gravity so you can get on about the business of exploring the actual theme you really prefer to focus on. I'm not saying you can't cancel that out, but the idea is that for most of you, it's just not that important to go that far.
So the trick is just to be an allowing being always.
Yes, and discern what is really important in your life in terms of the exploration of your theme, and that really usually is told to you by the opportunities that show up synchronistically that contain the highest degree of passion. If you find yourself becoming ecstatically, crazily passionate about the idea of creating anti-gravity, then that might tell you something about your ability to achieve that. But if that's not really what, as you say, floats your boat, then it's not necessarily going to be something you're going to do in this life.
Okay.
So why spend time focusing on that when the thing that could actually be instrumental in calling your passion to the forefront and fanning the flames of your passion is right there in front of you in one of the choices that's presented it to you at any given moment.
Got it.
Make sense?
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
And by the way, an aglet is the little plastic tip on the end of a shoelace.
I'm not reacting to that at all.
I know.
Good day, Bashar.
And good day to you.
I would like to ask a personal question. So
Yes.
not so interesting for the rest, but
No judgment.
no judgment.
You
but
have no idea how others may be able to get something out of what you have to say. Are you not all one? Are you not all connected?
that's right.
All right. Don't prejudge that what you have to say isn't going to be valuable to someone else.
Okay, thank you for that.
Thank you.
I have a real problem with feeling at ease.
A challenge.
Yeah, okay, thank you. I feel ill at ease.
And you don't know why.
I don't know why.
All right.
And it's really
Are you
tiring
ill
me.
at ease with everything in your life? Or
No.
is there something you are not ill at ease with?
There-
Something you are at peace with? Anything.
Anything.
Is there anything you're comfortable with where you don't find yourself ill at ease?
Sure.
What?
My passion for mathematics.
Your passion for mathematics. All right. Now, in that, you do not feel ill at ease at all, correct?
Well,
Oh, you feel ill at ease there too?
not for the passion, but for my skill.
Your skill, I see.
Could be better.
Well, all right. Well, is your skill not something that you can learn to improve?
Sure.
Well, then why do you feel ill at ease about it?
Because
Are you describing the concept of a desire to know more as being ill at ease? Or is it truly just a desire to know more, but you're simultaneously judging yourself for what you don't know yet?
for me, I project the level of enjoyment with my skill. The more skill I have, the more I can see, the more I can act, and the more I can enjoy it.
Then if you have associated the idea that the more skill you have, the more enjoyable your passion is, wouldn't you be passionate about acquiring more skill?
Yes, but that keys in with my unrest in the sense that my energy is drained all
Why?
the time because I don't feel at ease.
But you're creating a vicious circle for yourself. I don't feel at ease, so I can't do this, and I can't do this because I feel ill at ease. You're creating a vicious cycle.
But for instance, sensitivity to sound.
Yes.
And so that's making...
Are you describing a physical ill at ease or an emotional or psychological
I believe
ill at
it to
ease?
be all psychological, but it translates in being sensitive to sound and neighbors making sounds when I'm asleep.
Thank you. Thank you. May I ask you a question?
Sure.
Do you believe that there can be such a thing as something that doesn't belong in your reality?
Yes and no.
Well, what's the yes part?
The yes part is that if everything is holistic, then everything has its place.
And then what's the no part?
The no part is that I can see maybe that my experience is valuable, but I don't prefer it anymore.
All right, but not preferring something, or more positively stated, preferring something else, is a recognition that preferring something else does not require you to invalidate what you no longer prefer. You may be invalidating what you no longer prefer, and in so doing, invalidating a part of yourself and making yourself raw, in a sense, to what it is that's there, and hypersensitive to it. When you move ahead, you cannot invalidate where you've been. You cannot invalidate what you are just because you prefer to be something else. Anytime you invalidate where you are, you're actually removing your ability to go somewhere else, because it's like removing a stepping stone.
I understand, but that means that I don't understand what it is telling me. So that...
What it is telling you is that there are portions of your own being that you are invalidating, that you don't find worthy.
Okay.
You need to find out what those are and why you believe that there are aspects of your being that are not worthy. Because the invalidation is simply a projection on the outside world from an inner belief.
Okay. And this has to do with childhood experience or something?
For most of you, this is the case, where you are spoon-fed ideas that reduce your sense of value. And thus you don't even necessarily know that you've swallowed those beliefs until you get older and as an adult get to a place where you now need to rely on tools you suddenly find have been sabotaged. And suddenly it can manifest in all sorts of ways, including such things as hypersensitivity to things, because you've never really been given the tools to boost yourself up. So you need to explore what those tools were you were given and how they don't serve you, and find and replace them with some tools that do with regard to your own self-worth. I would therefore suggest, well, when was the last time you took a vacation?
I'm on one now.
You are? Oh, all right. Is there something you're going to be doing on this vacation that you would consider the most relaxing and self-pampering thing you can do?
Not really. It's a bit work, physical work.
I am going to recommend and suggest, if you want it to be, I'll write a prescription from Dr. Bashar. You don't have to take it. I'm not forcing you to do anything. But I would strongly suggest that on this vacation, you forget about work and actually do something that's simply, purely enjoyable, playful, like a kid. Just have some fun. Have someone do something for you that's pampering, treating you nice, taking the load off, serving you, eating good food, sleeping in late, not rushing to get anywhere, not having to be anywhere, not having to do anything. Take a real vacation. I'm not saying you don't enjoy your work, but in terms of getting in touch with some of these issues we're talking about, you actually need some real quiet, relaxing time to actually get in touch with those things, because sometimes, no matter how much you may enjoy the work is glossing over things that you need some quiet to be able to actually hear. And that's part of the reason why you're hypersensitive to sound. It's a symbol that's telling you you need to be in a quiet place so that you can actually really hear what it is you need to hear, which is within you. So in the sense, everything else irritates you, so you'll start going to some place where there is no sound, and that's what's going to serve you best to hear what you really need to hear. Because the little voice within you is very quiet and subtle, and you really need to hear it and stop letting it get drowned out by all the other sounds around you. All right?
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hi, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
Good day. I recently was in China when the big earthquake took place.
Oh, all right. How
Fort-
exciting for you.
Well, fortunately, I was not right there where the real trouble was.
Well, again, your vibration will always guide you to where you need to be so that if there is something you do not need to experience, you will not.
That was on a very aware level, yes.
Okay.
Then when I came home, I found an email that was reporting on an organization called AARP. They are based in Alaska.
All right.
They do all kinds of experiments by sending big microwaves
Yes, I understand.
into the universe.
I understand. We will go no further with this at this time.
Okay.
Because this is not really about the idea right now of what kinds of technology many people on your planet may be using that might or might not have a detrimental effect on your planet. Certainly such things do exist. The idea is once again, to recognize that you are your governments. It's time for a change, so make a change. All right?
Okay.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Thank you. At this time, we would suggest that you take your second recess break, go out in the yard and play, and when we return, we are going to do a very interesting experiment. Thank you very much. Go and play.